field. But I think there'll be more excitement in the air tonight, and yeah, I'm favouring Liverpool just.
Yeah, Owen, back home here. What are they expecting here? What are the German people, the locals and the Bavarians expecting of their team this evening?
Well, I think everybody will expect a massive night. I mean, there have some wonderful nights here in European football. I think for one of the first times ever, I think even Bayern Munich fans would say Liverpool are probably favourites. But I think it's hard to underestimate a team with such experience in this competition, the history that they have. I think they'll be quietly confident they can get a result, but still, Liverpool, with the way that they're playing under Jurgen Klopp, I think they're slight favourites, but never underestimate a Bayern Munich team.
It's England. Interesting, isn't it? 3 English teams already through. If Liverpool go through, that'll be half the quarter-finalists will be English. These are the teams that have already qualified. That'd be quite extraordinary, really, considering, you know, English teams haven't won it for quite a long time.
Yeah, and we always talk about that, and we always mention cycles, and I think the English cycle now is beginning to come round, and I think the Man City and Liverpool teams are the standout English teams, but the Man United and Spurs team have done fantastically well to get where they are in this tournament, and big teams have gone out, and I think now all of them will be sitting there thinking this could be our year. It's opening up.
Well, let's have a look at the 2 starting lineups this evening, starting with the with this team here, Liverpool side, the away team, of course, 0-0 the first leg. They've just made 2 changes from the first leg. Van Dijk is back, of course. He was suspended from the first match. He's in place of Fabinho, and Milner comes in for the injured Keita. So what did you make of that starting lineup? Perhaps expected, really. It's generally the 3 midfielders he goes with in these matches.
It certainly is. I mean, no question about the goalkeeper, the back 4, with Van Dijk obviously coming back from suspension, and the front 3. The question was in midfield. I didn't expect Lallana to play, having not played for a while, and then to play 2 games in a short period of time would have been probably unwise. I thought Fabinho would have played, I must be honest, and I wasn't sure about Milner. So that midfield area was the only question mark.
I think Milner plays because he gets you goals and assists. He's very creative for us as well. I'm surprised Fabinho's not playing. I think he's their best defensive midfield player in that position. But as you said, he's gone for tried and tested, and Henderson, Milner and Wijnaldum. But Van Dijk back, that's such a big plus for Liverpool.
It really is, especially with Lewandowski here. Does tend to bang in a few.
Yeah, and he's a top class operator, Lewandowski, and you're going to need someone here. Listen. The Lewandowski we saw at Anfield, sometimes you get that where you say, oh, he's not as good as I expected. Then they come home and they play in these stadiums like this at home with the crowd behind them and the history they have here, and all of a sudden a player comes out and he looks a giant of a man rather than what you saw at Anfield. So having Van Dijk back to marshal someone like Lewandowski is a huge plus.
Yeah, 2 changes as well from Bayern Munich from the first leg. Rafinha coming in for the suspended Kimmich, who's a big loss, and Ribery back for Coman. And a bit of experience there, perhaps. Huh?
Yeah, they've got a good blend of experience with a bit of youth in the side as well. Bayern Munich have found a bit of form. They've found a starting 11 that works for them, and really they're firing on all cylinders. At the time before they came to Anfield, they were struggling. They're top of the Bundesliga again now, scoring in fine form. Lewandowski as well. So I think they're in a great position in this moment to take on Liverpool, probably the best situation they've had all season, Bayern Munich.
There's Manuel Neuer, who's obviously missed most of last season for injury. He's back. The other game this evening comes from the Camp Nou as Barcelona face Lyon. That was also goalless after the first leg. And that can be found on BT Sport 3 later. Can Messi respond to Ronaldo's hat-trick with one of his own this evening? We shall see. Alternatively, of course, you could watch it on the app if you have a second screen, and stay with us. This is what's on the way before kick-off.